unknown gunmen or Boko Haram or bandit are you going to kill? Killing them is not the solution. The solution, who is backing them? Who is sponsoring them? So, like I said, I don't want to spend most of your time and then spend, because a lot of people want to contribute. But what I'm saying in this sense is that let's take back Nigeria by fire, by force, because everything depends on us now. All these things, all these politicians are doing, blah, 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 blah. There's nothing they will do. They are just fighting their last breath. They know Peter Obi is all the way. That's why they are doing all this thing, using propaganda to downgrade him. You cannot downgrade a choosing one. There's nothing you can do about it. He has been ordained. Whether you like it or not, he's going to be the president of Nigeria. Please, let's do what we can back home to support others, so that they will see the reason why they will vote for Peter Obi. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. It's Peter Obi or nothing. That is what we stand for here. And that is what a lot of Nigerians stand for. And that's what we are also preaching. So we just go straight to Madam Moya's corner to talk to us. Madam Moya's corner, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can all hear you.
Okay, thank you. Greetings once again, Mr. Niger Watch, Mr. Leftist, everyone on
Happy
the
New Year,
panel.
Moya's corner. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Mr. Leftist. Happy New Year to everyone, including our commenters, our wonderful commenters. I miss being in the comment section because that's where the real fun is, really. But anyway, I'm not going to say too much on this particular topic. Like I was saying on the phone earlier, can somebody please? They have messengers now. They have runners. Can they tell them, please, tell the Babas, the Mikano and the Agbado and all their minions, let them pack and enter inside house. This election is already won. Let them go sit down for inside house. Let them go and spend time with their grandchildren and train their grandchildren to be good citizens of Nigeria, because we're going to need them to be good citizens. You know, I'm very excited with the news that Obasanjo is coming out publicly to show his support for Peter the Rock Obi. And I want to see more of that from the people that, you know, have some level of influence in Nigeria at that level. I'd like to see more of that. I'm not banking on it. Whether they support him or not really it's irrelevant. We're enough support for Peter Obi, because I believe the people are behind him, and he's already got the win just by the support of the people. So let's continue. We have less than 58 days. Is it 58 days? This is January, right? We have less than to the election itself. Let's continue to keep our eye on the ball. We'll come here and celebrate with our granuts and bitter cola and palm wine and the rest of it. So I'm going to yield for now. That's all I'm going to say on that. Thank you.
That was very brief today on Moya's corner.
I'm always brief now, Mr. Leftist.
No, you're not brief. You gallant.
Moya's corner. Please, can I say something, please?
Sure, Sir Alex. Greetings, so Happy New Year,
please,
sir.
Yeah, same to you, madam. Same to you. Please stop saying it's less than 58 days. Always say election is next month. It's better for us, for our psychology.
Okay.
Just say election is next month. It's better. It's very close like that.
Okay. Election is next month.
Thank you.
Yeah, you mean Nigeria. Nigeria, go. I know service speaking for through and in.
Thank you.
I know I be
Thank you.
Before.
All those is less than 50. Is less than 50 days. It be like 50 years.
Okay. Next month na election, no, my people. I be mona carry on a PVC. Una wanna never collect her 22nd. That the deadline of this month. Mona not sleep on am. I beg. Mona keep the pictures coming. I beg. No we see am. Thank you. I yield though.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Moya's corners. Before we continue, I want to quickly appreciate Moni Olagbinya. Thank you for your super chat. This is a beautiful contribution coming in today, New Year Day. This is what we are talking about. On Christmas Day, we were here and we really enjoyed ourselves because of people like you. And today again, you are joining
Thank you.
the people
Thank you, Moni
that is
Olagbinya.
going to make us smile. Thank you. God bless you. Elvis, over to you.
Yeah, I just wanted to join you to appreciate Moni Olagbinya. Thank you so much. We are grateful. Happy New Year.
Yes, Moni.
Is that all we have? Everybody have
So we
contributed.
still have somebody, Victor Odige have not spoken. I think he's the only one left now.
So that we can go to
Presently.
the next segment. Okay.
Yes, yes. After Victor Odige, you can quickly just talk to us so we can quickly wind to the next segment. Thank you.
Happy New Year to Mr. Nigeria Watch and our crew, Nigeria Watch family.
Happy New Year, sir. Thank you very much.
Good morning to everybody. Good afternoon, good evening to every obedient, energetic, superlative listeners all over the world, and to all Nigerians who are getting their PVC ready to blow out the frustrated hooligans, satanic, and manipulators, the APC and PDP. I greet you all in Jesus' mighty name. Last time when I spoke on something concerning the G5. I said the G5 are irrelevant, but they are a plus to the obedient movement. And I'm trying to network something so that we can really trace and know what is really going on. OBJ met them in London with our boss, Obi, Dr. Obi. They spoke a lot of things. They spoke and they kept it secret. And they went out, and Atiku went there too. Atiku met them. Then when the Agbado master now met them in London, the whole network, the whole atmosphere was about to be blown out. Oh, the G5 are for this. The G5 are for the Tinubu. They have made an agreement with Tinubu, blah, blah, blah. But I later realized that, and I asked myself, why is this information blowing out? I later realized that it was the hungry and the demonic people of APC that tried to swerve the wave of the opinion of people who are still the 30% who are yet to make up their mind to vote for obedience. They are trying to sway them. So they will take any avenue, any step the G5 make, they will use that step to sway those people. That is what they are trying to do. And I said, why are we shouting about them? Then some people replied that they are important. Yes, they are important, but they are not important to swerve any vote away from Obi. And they are not so important that they will make Obi not to win, because Obi has already won. And later, I now realized that OBJ now came out blown with fire, with a very good statement officially released to the press that this is where he stands. And I believe, I now network it to the meeting they had, and I believe he purposely has told them he will come out and blow the trumpet, and he has blown it. And to network it again, you will see when Wike said, why are people worried? You will see when Wike said, Mikano sat down and OBJ knelt down to beg him for second term. And I will also go further to say, Patotomi was interviewed, and Patotomi said, out of the 4 past presidents, it is only one that is not in line with Obi. That's to tell you that the table, the dial have been cast, and Obi is there. Obi has the support of past president. Obi has the support of whoever, whatsoever. I believe that the G5, he has their support too. And I want to go further to say something concerning Mikano. Mikano, Agbado is not in the ball game. I said it before when I make a call to Nigeria Watch. I say Agbado is not in the ball game. If you can remember when Agbado was pushing Buhari for president, he dragged Mikano into the atmosphere, and Mikano signed an agreement with them. Because if you watch back, Mikano said, this is the man that would take GJ out of Aso Rock. It was specifically programmed for him to say that so that he can sway the vote of the Igbo extract and the Hausa, the Fulani extract, and part to finally crown Buhari as the next president. And this was done with an agreement. And when he made mention that when Agbado was making noise, he said, Agbado is a comedian. I said that this man, Mikano, has already signed an agreement. Agbado is just there making some silly noise. It's not in the picture. And this, to crown it all, they've broken the back of Mikano itself, because most of the northern elders, the Arewa elders, are not going for him. And this has broken the Arewa into two. And the northern elders, it has broken them, because the chairman of the Arewa group is not going in line, because he said specifically that none of these two, Agbado and Mikano, can make Nigeria move ahead. They should find a way. And he was trying to tell us that Obi is his right candidate, but it was not specific. But we got where he's going to. So I would speak today that to all the obedient, they are doing great. We have come out, we have done the best God has given us to give out, and we have tried all. We have come out with boldness, ready to face any bullet from INEC. I bet you, if INEC try any gajo anywhere, INEC will be burned down. I follow the line of my brother Alex. INEC will be dealt with by the youth, because this is their destiny, and they've held their destiny in their hands. And I would like to remind you all that the day Buhari said the Nigerian youth are lazy, that was when the Nigerian youth woke up. I believe in my own senses, Buhari woke the Nigerian youth up, and this is the result we are getting today. And I'm grateful to him, because that's one great thing he has done. I would like to say finally to yield my time to Mr. Alex. And before I do that, I will say, Omoye, may God bless you. Nigeria Watch, may God bless you. You are touching a lot of people. I'm doing research on you, seriously, on your network. You are touching the downtrodden, the Nigerians that have the little airtime in their phone. They are using it to watch you, your clip. They are watching you, and I'm getting reports. Most of them are telling me, Nigeria Watch, they are watching Nigeria. That guy is great. Look, you are touching the heart of the people through this network, and most of us who are gathered together to move this thing together through Nigeria Watch, we should know that we are speaking to the entire Nigerian. And Nigeria Watch, I'll make it to know a lot of the politicians, the big bogon in PDP and APC, as I'm speaking now, they are sitting watching you. They are watching this. So we should all speak to their heart. We should all break their heart with our word, because the word of a man is what causes a revolution, not his hand war. His word causes an earthquake. So our word will cause earthquake. We change the political dimension of Nigeria. And Nigeria as it is today, it has changed. We have broken their neck, because this is their last breath. Immediately Obi get there, and Obi signed the electoral law that would say the Nigerians, the diaspora should vote. That is the end of the political class, the one that want to frustrate the Nigerians. That is their end. They'll be dead and buried forever. I yield my time to Alex.
God bless you,
Sorry,
sir.
you cannot yield your time to Alice. You can
Okay.
only leave. You
We
cannot
have,
Okay.
yield your time. You
we have,
cannot
No,
yield
I'm
it to
talking like
anybody.
a House of Rep member. Sorry
we
for
have,
that.
we have a caller. We have a caller.
So you
All
should do
right.
the House of Rep for you for Alice. Alice, he's saying he'll give you your opportunity when it comes to his time next
All right.
time.
I,
Let's see.
I,
We
I
have a
tire.
caller.
Oh.
We have a
I
caller.
feel humbled.
Before we continue, I want to quickly
We have
also
a caller.
appreciate.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let the caller go ahead.
No. Appreciate Zizo, please. First.
Yes,
Sorry.
I want to quickly appreciate Zizo Owanjide for this wonderful super chat. God will bless you as
Thank you,
you join
Zizo.
the super chat committee on this first day of this year. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Zizo. God bless you. May your pocket never run dry. All right. We have a caller here, Mr. Chris. Happy New Year to you, sir. Thanks for calling us. Talk to us.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, very clear, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. Today is not for politics. Today is just to wish everybody Happy New Year, and especially to be happy that Obasanjo has decided to join openly in this move.
Yes.
But most importantly, the reason I'm calling is to thank everybody, every single person in the crew that make up Nigeria Watch. I want to thank you all for the good work you've been doing, and especially you, Nigeria Watch. I remember clearly around April or May, when Obi just came out, you made a declaration that you are going to do this program every day till the election.
Yes.
And since that time, you have been doing this program every single day.
Yes, sir.
I listened to you when you made that vow around April, May, and you've been doing that. You did it on Christmas. I was specifically waiting to see what will happen today. And lo and behold, you were out yesterday, 31st, and today, New Year, you are equally here today. So it means you are a man of your word.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to say big congratulations to you and members of your crew, especially leftists, who has been there every time, and everybody that has been supporting this program.
Thank you,
Together, we can make this nation great. Thank you very much for keeping your word.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chris. And I also want to use the opportunity to thank you for being part of us throughout the 2022. Without people like you, I'm not sure Nigeria Watch would be here today. Thank you very much, Mr. Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Let's move on to the next segment quickly. Although we have CM just joining us, but he's going to be the first to speak when we move on to after the next segment, so that you have time to iron all of them together at the same time. Okay, my people, I appreciate you all. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take this caller. Hold on, please. I can see people are still trying to call me now. We have our own person here in the name of Don Pedro Obaseki, the younger brother or cousin or relative of the Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki. Pedro Obaseki came out, to give more threat indirectly to Wike, the G5 governors. I would like us to listen to this, what he was trying to say here. God bless you all.
I know inside of me, I've always told everybody that it is going to be a political suicide, a political harakiri, for any of the 4 or 5 of them, particularly the 4 of them who are going to run elections. Sheyi Makinde going for a second term, and Otom Ugwuanyi and Okezie Biazu, who will be running for Senate, to declare themselves partyless. Because once you openly endorse another party, you have invariably carried out anti-party activity, and it is only going to be met by expulsion. And you cannot run in Nigeria except on the platform or on the platform of a political party. I think they understand that. So my own problem is I don't feel comfortable for Mr. Eson Wike to continue to play God. No man is God. And in your Kishe Olorun, no man can be God. And his continued vituperations make him see himself as some God. And that must stop. It pains me because he is a part of my geopolitical zone. is someone who has contributed to this party, but no man is God. When everybody is going
take it quickly, Dr. Obasanjo.
Okay, we're going to stop that right there. We're just going to move on. That is Don Pedro Obaseki, who is coming out now to say that no man is God. Wike is playing God, and he shouldn't be playing God. I don't really know what he means by that. And why is it that when their interest is not going in the rightful way, they remember God? But when the people in Nigeria are dying, suffering, and passing through so many calamities and all that, they don't remember God. So, and anti-party, whatever that he was talking about, if you choose to stand for the people, although I'm not defending Wike, I'm talking in general. If you choose, even though you belong to the satanic PDP and APC, but you decided to say, okay, I want to tell Nigerians the truth and stand with the people, what does that mean? Does it mean you are playing God? I try to digest what Don Pedro was saying there, but I'm not too sure. Does it mean, in fact, I don't want to answer the question. I'll leave it for the panelists so we can take it from there. There's a lot of questions, or in a different way, we need to analyze this. Before we move on, the next person is supposed to be with Mr. CM. But Mr. CM, please, you hold on for a minute. I can see somebody raising up his hand right there. Alex, please quickly talk to us on this before we move on to Mr. CM. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Najawash, for your unbiased and fearless media reportage. You are a true son of your department, where you were trained. Your training was really thorough. Because you wouldn't say because he's a man of my tribe, or he's a man of my state, let me hide a lot of idiosyncrasies. Pedro Obaseki is a disgrace. He has lost his political relevance because he has not cautioned his elder brother, who for the past 7 years has unleashed pain, penury, tears, and blood on those citizens. At the time he came out, he said it lackadaisically, lacklustrely. He was skeletal about the truth. Obaseki, for anybody bearing Obaseki right now, they've lost their political bearing because their elder brother as a governor has not lived to the bidding of those who voted for them. What have we gained for the votes, for the campaign promises they came to make to us in every ward, in every local government? They promised one medical unit in every local government at least. We didn't see it. They promised one stadium to engage the youth in sport development in every local government. We didn't see it. They promised security, which is the #1 fundamental duty of every governor. We didn't see it. 70 billion naira derivation money we can make, spoke about. The governor did not come out to address us. And up to now, our villages have been taken over by Fulani herdsmen. This so-called Don Pedro has been quiet over all these things. He didn't write a letter the way Obasanjo is doing it, an open letter to his brother to stop the way of governing those states. He is a very learned person. What about the half House of Assembly? Why have they not conducted, another by election to fill in those spaces? Local government, the governor in his tyranny way of running things, is suspended. Who suspends a local government election for 3 years, almost 3 years now? And monies have been coming from the federal government. So Don Pedro is seeking political relevance. Channels and Arrest TV are making money from this political miscreants, political misfits and nitwits. Those state people are not fools. We are educated, we are historical, we are empirical, and we are very smart people. When you need political war or political demonstrations, we will give it to you, or political history. Obaseki is just trying to test the waters by sending his younger brother to see the response of the Edos. So we are saying we are not useless. Okay. If they are useless, if they are money mongers, he has not cautioned his brother about the fights, the cold war between his government and the palace of the great Benin Kingdom. So we are just watching them. Let them continue to spill out their political brouhaha. We are here to try and see how we can how far they will go with this dirty politics they are playing. Thank you.
Okay, Alex, it's not your turn yet, but don't worry, you have another time to talk as well on this particular issue. I would like us to start with Mr. CM. Before that, let me hand over to leftists. Maybe you have one or two things to say on this. Leftists, back to you.
Well, I think Alex have just used his tone because there are a lot of people here. We're going to be calling on other people immediately after CM. Yes. I really don't.
Yes, leftists. When they are done, I will still speak. But when they are done, please. Thank you.
Yes, when it comes to your other turn again, the third time, I understand. I'm following. Who is Pedro Obaseki? Is it not the same person that was almost saying his brother has a problem with the brother before the brother became the governor?
Yeah.
And later he later be the he did the whatever of the EBS when the brother gave him and he took it.
Yes, yes.
Took over EBS. The management, he took over the management of EBS after losing face with his brother. And since then, he got a lot of backlash from people because at the time, people like his deposition, people like his spokenness, his outburst. He's a very intelligent person. Yes, I understand to some extent, and he's very eloquent. But by the time he got it wrong, have we been hearing of him at all from anywhere? So where did he come out from to want to tell Wike? Is he Wike mate? Who is his father? I want to help Wike to answer him. Who is his father? Is he Wike's mate? Whatever Wike is doing, he should keep quiet. If people like Atiku cannot actually hold Wike very strong, then who is he? Wike is just doing what he has the right to do as a Nigerian. He's speaking the mind of a lot of Nigerians. And I think Wike has the right for the fact that he's a PDP member and he has been there and he has really invested on PDP. If not that he has invested too much on PDP, by now Wike would have left PDP. But they are refusing to leave because of their investment and the role they have played for the togetherness of PDP. So I don't think Pedro Obaseki is very important here. He should just keep quiet and allow obedient people, allow obedient train to move. It's not just important at all. He's not talking. Thank you very much. So let's go to CM.
Mr. CM, are you there, sir?
Yeah, thank you.
Happy New Year to you,
Yes,
sir.
I
Thanks
am.
very much for joining us.
Thank you. Happy year to each and every one of us, to our numerous listeners across the globe, to those on the chat session, and to those on the panel. I say 2023 hold lots of promise to each and every one of us. In Jesus' name, I wish. Anyway, I've been reading Obasanjo's letter at the background. That's what I was reading while listening this at the same time. If there's anything, the way I will summarize what Obasanjo said, just although he titled it "Letter to the Youths or Young Nigerians" for them, a call to action. Action not in terms of violence, but in terms of electoral responsibility.
Go ahead, sir. Mr. CM, go ahead. Mr. CM, you muted yourself. Mr. CM, yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me now? I don't want.
Yes, yeah, you muted yourself. Yeah, go ahead.
So like I was saying, I think I will summarize Obasanjo's letter as a man that is in catharsis. You know, I don't know. I can't say nobody knows when any man will die, but what was wrote by that letter, putting it in writing, is like he's telling Nigerians that, well, I made a mistake during my own time. This is the chap we elect now. He openly endorsed Peter Obi with logic, not just reason, with reason and logic. He analyzed the qualities of Peter Obi vis-a-vis other candidates, and then to the conclusion that now the occupant of the president in this dispensation must be somebody who is energetic, willing about 24 hours, in terms of physical fit, say there. So I quite agree with him. But having said that, to those of us on Niger Watch, we already know that Peter Obi is a done deal. That's why I keep saying here that the only force, because I'm not God and nobody is, I'm not Nostradamus who may see the future, but to some extent I will say the only force that can stop Peter Obi is INEC shenanigans. If INEC say, look, that there is no room for any more practice, it's as clean, Obi is as clean, the victory is as clean as the whistle. Nothing will stop him because people are tired. And there's nobody in this race that is capable. When I mean capable, I know the way Nigerians use, I'm really stressing it, that is capable of staying awake all night, 24 hours, to attend to the issues of Nigeria than Peter Obi. This is a mindset. It's like this will be his last job for him to do before God calls him home. He's ready for it. He has the pedigree. He has the character to inspire. Not really that he's in Aso Rock, but when you know that you in one type of local government or one village, you know that the man in Aso Rock is not a thief, that is interested in the oil in your background not being stolen. That gives you hope for tomorrow. That emboldens your confidence that yes, something is being done. That has been the idea of on then encouraging ancient thievery has been the bane of Nigeria. So if you now see a man who is antithetical to such tendencies, the only thing you have to do is just to say, oh, thank God, God has answered our prayer. Yes, Peter Obi may not go around distributing rice if he becomes president. No, we do not expect him to do that. But we want as much as possible, let him look for round peg and put them in round holes, such that every department of government, every aspect of our national life will be moving. We do not need to emphasize again on the need to, make sure that electricity that has been the albatross of Nigeria since records began is being looked into, sorted, so that the small scale and medium scale industries could take up. And then by that, you arrest the spiraling unemployment. We do not need to tell him that Nigeria is insecure, although somebody said it here, which I agree. Insecurity in Nigeria is not like insecurity in any other country, because Nigeria is caused by the government. And I make bold to say, by May 29th, people will now find out that it's like the day you are packing out of your landlord house, the room will become open again, will become empty, because you are going to remove every available thing that you brought in. So by May 29th, this insecurity will cease, because the incoming government of P2B will not to mock it. It's not going to encourage of one people killing Nigerians on a daily, even Nigerian soldiers. Suddenly, they Nigerians in the Nigeria, only for them to send it back down to the east to be mounting to collecting money. Look at this people they're going through, asking why they may not result, just give us money. Are they supposed to be and the Nigeria why to this they are looking for money? I know the coming of to be like Obasanjo has all this will be taken care of. The money is sincere. And let me also find it's quite good. It's like he's attesting for his sins, but let him not stop here. Let him also explain to the world. I had somebody that he to help disclose where I rooted. Yes, that's that. If that is the job he will do, endorsing P2B is okay. Not enough. We expect him. Let him use the international in passing the torch to P2B. Maybe explain to him some secrets he knows about our funds stashed abroad, because I do not see why a system that allows the like of a Kweremadu have 40 houses, then 3 in US, 2 in UK, 1 in leg and everywhere. I mean, such a system is so powerless that anything can happen. So even if we succeed in retrieving sort of repatriating the looted funds. That will go a long way in helping to solve ASU problem once and education in Nigeria has returned back to normal, at least tertiary education. So life in that aspect will continue. There won't be disruption again. Then with the other one, even if the looted funds are brought back, you sit down with Siemens, how much will it cost to give us electricity on 24 hours? And they say, this is it. You put the money down, within 6 months, these things will be solved. So it's just that the money meant for all these things are being stolen. So if Obasanjo in his promise, like I heard somebody say it again, that is going to help with repatriating Nigeria's loot, that's good. It's more like it, so that you now have the tools to work, because the way Nigeria is now, not only there is insecurity, there is hunger, but there is hopelessness everywhere. There is hopelessness. Sometimes when I'm in here, I imagine, said, how did I survive that country in those days? Now let's put it this way. When I was brought up in a face me and face you accommodation in Ajegule, a ghetto in Lagos. Can you imagine if during our own time we do not have NEPA, because then NEPA was reliable? Can you imagine every room with one family, one room, one family, one room, in about 14 or 16 room compound? Can you imagine everybody having generator? Do you know what it means? And if you have, are you telling me that all the kids will grow up in the same area, will be so careful that not to miss, take a lantern where the gallon of fuel is kept, and the whole thing will go up in flames? So in fact, the risk then, when I imagine it, I say, God, you really did. If I'm growing up in this time, I don't know what I would have become probably. But then, and there is always hope. That's why this letter that Obasanjo released today, being the first day of January in the year of our Lord 2023, is really a soothing balm. I'm so happy he wrote it, put it in writing. There's no more speculation. He has opened it, explained to Nigerian youth that for now, the deal should be, how does this put it? Not a Milo Cup, but the opposite of it is our turn. And I would like the youth to take it up. I do not see why Peter Obi can never fail, because he has no baggage. He has nothing to think of. He's not interested in his company there, his house there, his mistress there, there's nothing to take his attention. 24 hours focused on the job. Within 6 months, by this time next year, we must have been at 7 months in office or 6 months. Later this year, by the end of the year, we must have spent 6 months. Nigeria will see the impact. My only concern is that they have to wait between now till May before we now start to say, oh, Peter Obi is day one in the office, 100 days, 300 days, 500 days, and so on and so forth. So I wish him well, and for this, whatever sin Obasanjo must have committed in the past, for which I held him accountable, not that I've really this thing, but let him go beyond, apart from endorsing Peter Obi, let him call Peter Obi, and then in the interest of the over 130 million people suffering in Nigeria, let him call him and say, you should make particularly money. Nigeria need money as much as it could get now to put into all these places, so that to make people realize that yes, there is hope on the way. So Obasanjo, I hope that in the coming days, weeks, and months, put on his letter, although there will be criticism, there will be, nevertheless, being a former president, he has a thick skin. Then people, it shouldn't get to him, because what he said is, like I said, the opinion of the people, and they let the people capitalize on it, which then brings me to the lukewarm defense of Dr. Pedro Obaseki. He's my in-law. He married an Igbo lady from Umunochi in those years of Abia State. He says so many things about them, but what really surprises me about these people is that one thing about Nigerians is that why can't they? Because they don't tell the truth. Somebody like Andrew Obaseki, I don't think his money is looking for, because whatever it is, I can't call him even if he's not from a wealthy family. I don't know about Obaseki background, but he's not a beggar. He should be upper middle class by his education, courage, and exposure. So I don't see why people like this should be kowtowing to Atiku. Atiku, look at what we are hearing. That guy, because I say it in a character, for you to make your president kneel down before you when you are vice, he's evil. I just have to put it this way. He's evil. This is a president that represents the country. For him to go for second term, even if you want to, you can say, look, I disagree, I don't support you, and then that's all. Even if he beg you, say, well, you can go, then you go your way. But for making him to kneel down, somebody like Shoyinka has to corroborate the story. Apart from people saying it, Wike saying it, this thing, it shows you the character of the person. He doesn't care. In the past, if I'm to hold article to us, he saw trances. There was a time he said after when the North decides, the whole country follows suit. He said it in the past. If somebody could remember, let them also come up and say it. So when you look at such a person and you want to be the president, sometimes you have to ask yourself, there's something God knows about the man that we do not know? Since 1992, you've been contesting. You leave PDP, go to AC. From AC, you come back to PDP, go to ACN. From ACN, you come back to PDP, and then go to APC, and then come back to PDP. Yet you are looking for one thing. No, one had to search himself. God must have seen that he doesn't mean well. Even by these are signs. This is how you interpret signs. Then telling Jonathan again, a sitting president whose party PDP has nominated, said go for second term. Atiku said he's going to APC. Took some governors with him. Jonathan went to London to go and beg him in a hotel. Say, come, let us build. He said, no, I will come back on one this and that. You step down so that I will now be the PDP's presidential candidate in 2015. Look at the type of something. The man is just playing with Nigerians. He felt that Nigeria is his own little secondary school or estate for him to handle. So, you see, if people can sort of analyze things like this, that will tell you the character, the type of person that man is. Already, the issue of privatization that he did to benefit himself and his cronies, let's not just talk about that one. We have another day to delve into it. Now, this is the type of person. And Obasanjo, seeing all these things, has also put it in black and white. That's one of his greatest mistakes. And he's listed his characteristics, why he's calling it a mistake. So why should people now, like Pedro Obaseki, you be a spokesman for this type of people? What type? People say Tinubu, at least Tinubu shares money. Tinubu helps this. He helped bring this person up. These are people stealing money for him. But then now we can't settle for these two options. Never. So all we should be talking about now is how to ensure a smooth transition for Peter Obi when he gets in the interest of over 130 million Nigerians trapped within the poverty bracket, which I know between now till May it will get to 150 because of the Nigeria is spiraling every day, crashing. It's like you see something crashing before your very eyes, but you don't have to do anything. So there's nothing happening. As far as unless Obi comes in and then renews hope, and with that renewed hope, then we should continue. So please, I know with what Obasanjo said, people can now understand why. Some people may say, why is it that the Southeast leaders are not supporting Obi, that they should unite? Please, let me appeal to anybody. Today is 1st of January. I'm quite happy today. People should not come here and talk of unity in the Southeast. The people are united behind Peter Obi. If it is vote, they will give it to him. But if you're expecting the likes of Ekweremadu, Rocha Sokorocha, Oji Uzokalo, what is this one called? Ken Nnamani, and all those people you see them on the TV every day. If you are waiting for them to come and say they're looking for Peter Obi, you will wait till the virgins you will wait till thy kingdom come. So please, let's not use that to visit. If you want to make a proper analysis, Obasanjo's letter and the opinion of the people in the South, it tells you that Peter Obi is already coasting home to victory. All he requires is for INEC to just put the stamp of approval. However, INEC must also be careful. They should be good neighbors to Nigerians. Let them not frustrate the aspiration of Nigerians, because if let's say about 50 million hungry people take to the street, I don't think the whole of West Africa can contain, even the INEC, it will consume everybody. I do not wish that. I don't want it. Even if I will win in the end, but I don't want it. I take interest in the fact that I want what is good for me should be good for each and every one of us, and I don't like violence. So there shouldn't be, INEC should not precipitate it in disguise by doing business as usual, only to say this person and then bring in all sorts of nonsense. They will now start to say this one didn't work, there's glitch. We don't want to tolerate all those things. If the Viva didn't work, if you don't want to transmit, they must be up and doing. They've been given enough money. They've been given the budget is so humongous that they have no reason to complain. Like one of them said in Arise News, Channels News, that they have all it takes to conduct a free and fair election. So they don't want to entertain any excuse. All we are asking for, let it just be a foregone conclusion. Not that Obi will just take over, but let it just be a case of, okay, the election was held. We already know the winner before we started. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Before we go, we'll call on the next person. I want to quickly acknowledge Alexander Gomez. Alexander Gomez, you started this and you are still doing it. Thank you very much for this super chat support. We really appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you. And after Alexander Gomez, we also have somebody, Nusakai. Yes. Oga Nusakai, God bless you. Thank you for this wonderful support. Today being the first day of the year, you did this. God will continue to support you and bless you. Thank you very much. So, having said that, we'll just start all over again. I think, yes, we'll start all over again, and we'll be starting from Oga Ike. Oga Ike, please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you, lefties. I think that we came for his utterances about 2 weeks ago, before they went to London. He said, when he was speaking, he said, in January, when he tells his people who is going to campaign for, that he will be going to every state with the candidate that he has chosen. I think the G5 know the political landscape of what they're driving in, and they know what it takes when things like that happen. So I think they are prepared. I think so. Maybe that's why they're taking it. They're being careful of not coming out openly. But they cannot say, we cannot make all those utterances, and at the end of the day, they will not endorse anybody in public. But I hope that they do that. So, but they have to be ready for the political, whatever that will come from PDP. But I know that they are calculating a lot. And I think that in the G5, we know that there is going to be a kind of everybody is positioning himself, because Sheyi Makinde is going for governor again, and Ipazu himself is going to have a very tough senatorial race against the former senator who represented Abia. If I can remember, I've forgotten his name. So the senatorial race is not going to be easy for him in Abia State, because the man that is after him is a very powerful politician too. So it's not going to be easy for him. So I think they are calculating. But I think that calculation, if at the end of the day, they go back to PDP, I mean, their credibility in Nigerian space will be, I think that will be gone. So I hope that they do the right thing. I think Obasanjo has opened the door for every one of them to do the right thing. So when I spoke in the morning, I didn't talk about what the Peter Obi said about people who are not supporting him. I think that should put the matter to rest about the people of Southeast. They're not supporting Peter Obi and all the stuff. Those people who are making statements here and there. You're going to find people like that. They are the same structure. Peter Obi said it in his comment. These are the criminal structure that they are fighting to destroy, and they are not going to leave easy. So I think every other Nigerian should be confident that Peter Obi in the southeast, it's going to be a landslide in southeast. So there is no fear. We know that we are the Igbos. We know ourselves. We know what we are saying. Those traditional rulers who Atoeze used on that day with Soludo, they are going to be in a very serious problem in their towns and villages because it's a betrayal. Obi of Onitsha, the first day when Atiku came, he said Soludo never told them what he was about to do. But as the head of traditional rulers in Anambra State, you should be wise enough to know that this is political time. So you should be able to know what you're supposed to do. Oba of Benin showed maturity and showed a sense of knowing what tradition and culture means. But you were deceived of going to Anambra State government house to go and receive Atiku and his group. So I think they're going to pay a price. We don't forget, and we are not going to forget. After the election, or even before the election, those traditional rulers who were there when Atoeze was making such comment, they are going to pay a very big price because right now in the eastern Nigeria, the people are after them. Their own people are after them. There are demonstrations in towns and villages against those people who were there when Atoeze was making that silly statement he was making. So, listen, obedient, we are moving. I want to thank all of you because we are having service tonight. I'm going to leave now to get ready for service over here. I wish all of you the best. I hope to be here tomorrow if Niger Watch is here tomorrow. So please enjoy the rest of your day. And may the Lord continue to bless you and keep all of us and give us better health. I see you tomorrow. God bless you.
God bless you, Mr. Ike. God bless you, sir. We appreciate you throughout the whole year, your support and your continued support. Thank you very much, sir. All right, we have a caller here. Mr. Tony. Mr. Tony, hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
You, sir.
Happy New Year to you, sir. The screen is filled up now. I posted the link out. Okay. Unfortunately, others have used it, but you can talk through the phone. Talk to us, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. Good evening. Everybody, Happy New Year again.
Happy New Year, sir. Go ahead. We are listening.
So I want to respond to see where contribution, about 3 minutes ago he stopped. I just want to tell you that what Obasanjo is doing, we should be grateful to him because he wants a better Nigeria. That is why Obasanjo is doing this. So see why should not take it like try to pay back Obasanjo with a kind of indivision of labor. He knows what that one means. We don't have to be indivision of labor. So you have to thank Obasanjo, not saying that because Obasanjo has committed some crime before. What the hell? Obasanjo is the one that made it possible for us to be having this GSM communication today in Nigeria. And those equipment for providing electricity for Nigeria were imported. They are rotting away at the wharf port in Lagos because the government that followed up, they did not carry out the plans. So let's not forget that if we look at Nigeria history, there was this 5 years development plan, which was, organized by Awolowo. 5 years development plan. But when Murtala Muhammad came to take the government, their priority was to take the capital away from Nigeria, to the north, and then to make all this quota system. They did not follow up all the systems. So Obasanjo is a hero. It's good to say you steal money for Nigeria and then use the money in Nigeria. Obasanjo built, Obasanjo farms, he built universities, and then he built a hospital in Benin City called Obasanjo Hospital. The same thing with when we grew up, they said that Obamuda was a thief, but he stole the money and he used the money in Edo State and Delta State and all over the whole state. That is why we have Obamuda farm, Obamuda everywhere, Obamuda poultry. Obamuda never lived with a police guard in his house at Hiya Street in Benin City, close to Egosa. I used to go there as a kid. We go and visit him. He will give us some eggs. You see him dropping corn, seed of corn to the fowl because he was a clean man. But for CN, what is his name? CN to say that Obasanjo committed an offense that he made. That is why he's trying to, that he's regretting. It's a hell, And then he speaks so long. It took almost 30 minutes to make all those useless contributions.
No.
Mr. Tony,
Mr. Tony, you are not allowed to use useless for anybody here.
Sorry,
you can oppose,
you can
oppose and disagree. You are not allowed to use insultive words for
I'm very
anybody.
sorry.
Mr. Tony, please. I think before you go, Mr. Tony, Mr.
Tony, hold on. Leftists want to talk to you.
Before you go, sir,
okay, sir.
I want you to apologize to Mr. CM. It seems you have a problem with Mr. CM because I've discovered each time Mr. CM talks, you always want to respond or attack him. And you are fond of using this kind of derogatory languages. If you have any issue with him, please say it and let's settle this matter. Because I wouldn't want this to continue. I saw when you asked for the link. I deliberately did not put the link.
Leftist is apologizing. Hold on. Go ahead. Apologize to Mr. CM, please.
CNN, sorry, Unugo, I'm very sorry. But I try to understand that we don't have to be one-sided in this fight for a better Nigeria. Okay? So when Obasanjo speaks, we should respect Obasanjo because he's the only guy who can dare those non-tanners. Who can be, he's the only one that can dare them. So once Obasanjo speaks, then if Obi is going to win, then he's going to win. You don't have to take INEC for granted. There's something like INEC. Obasanjo knows more than you do, more than you do. So when Obasanjo speaks, he's speaking he's a strategist, and then he's a very, very intelligent man. He commands respect, internationally. He's somebody that you guys should be, that you should work with. And then, Mr. Najawo, sir, I would like to, invite Peter Obi to your platform because you have done enough. Okay, try to look for a way to invite him.
Yeah.
So that we can talk to him. Okay, please, because I just thought about it this evening. Because we need to. Nigeria works is number one. That is Obi, even though that I'm not part of it, but I've said, please, I'm just not against Obi, and then you tolerate many people. Look, your platform is the best platform. You tolerate everybody, every dikahari. You understand me? So there's no, your platform is a platform to beat in Nigeria. And that's why when you're just starting, you see, we run to 200 within the first 30 minutes. Because you don't have to beg people to please thumb up. Nobody. You're not begging. People like it, Sometimes when I speak also, they say, oh, Tony is there, I like it. Then the other guy is there. Whether Tony is crazy sometimes or the other guy is crazy, CNN is crazy, or the CNN, they will say yes. But you are not people to express their opinion. Anybody who may say that, okay, anybody that will go to say Nigeria is not good, I don't make a determination. They will say,
all right, Tony, thank you.
For today, lastly,
yeah.
Happy New Year to everybody. I'm very sorry to tell you this, that I wish Obasanjo bad luck for this year and forever for him.
Okay. Thank you. That is harsh. That is too harsh. Thank you.
No,
thank you,
all the shit I did to our people.
Thank you. It's okay. I have to end your call. That is too harsh for the governor. You can disagree, like I've always said. Mr. CM, on behalf of Tony, we apologize. That's him. Everybody knows Tony it is. But let me pick another call right now. Mr. Osaretin, thank you very much for calling us. Happy New Year to you. Talk to us, Mr. Osaretin.
Hello.
Talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
I don't know if you guys have watched Peter Obi's last video that he said he has up to 2 of the former head of state that are supporting him, that they are supporting him because they know that he can take some decisions, that even they are surprised that they can't stand him.
Okay,
even the new DJ said something similar, that he has more than 2 of them, that is only one that is still doubting. See, but the problem that most of them, including Buhari, is facing is the Godfatherism. Don't be surprised that, after Eze says something to Buhari that he will hand over to an Igbo candidate. But all those things after Eze is doing, we now realize that they are striking this. Don't be surprised that he has his own percentage that is collecting from Buhari, and there are other people like that. So when they are attacking or doing things, it will not enable most of them to be able to perform when they get there. And when Peter Obi went to visit Bianca, that is Ojoku's wife, that lady said something that captured my attention. He said, Peter Obi is the only governor and the first to end Godfatherism.
Yeah.
So Soludo that this Atoeze is supporting, maybe Soludo has signed agreement with him.
Okay.
And that's the agreement Peter Obi refused to sign. Charlie Boy brought something out. I don't know if it's real.
Yes,
there was a list of things.
It's real.
He
I
said
have it.
that
I have it here. I will read it for the people immediately you finish now, sir. I have it here.
yeah.
Thank you.
Peter Obi saw those things. Peter Obi said if he accept this, the meaning he can't be able, he will be against the youth and all those things. So for that reason, he said he can't accept it. That's the reason why he is not finding it difficult that he's not against Peter Obi. And many other of them that are also against Peter Obi is because that Peter Obi is shunning every one of them. He said he's decided to do it the way that they will know what that is. All of them are afraid. They know that if this person enter, our own is finished.
All right. Thank you very much,
So
sir.
they're not going to.
We have that on the screen. Let me quickly read that to the people. Thank you very much, Mr. Osarity. Happy New Year to you once again. Thanks for bringing this up. Thank you. All right. What our brother is saying, Charlie Boy came out 2 days ago, I guess, to talk about this. Let me quickly read this. Let me educate you people what transpired between PO and Otto Eze. Peter Obi went to his house in Ukbo, Anambra State, to inform him officially of his ambition. Otto Eze brought paper and pen and told Peter Obi that he will support him financially, that he will roll billions in his campaign, only if he accepts him to be his godfather. He listed his demands, etc., if he wins. Peter Obi told him clearly that a lot of promises have been made to Nigerians, ASU and so on, that he will rather die than not to keep his promise. If you become my godfather, I will disappoint Nigerians. Besides, I'm not a poor man. I have spent billions since I declared in PDP. I taught the 36 states with my team. Not only me, I taught the whole Europe with my team. Hold on. Visiting Nigerians, so, sir, it is impossible. Support me and give me your blessings, but I don't want Godfather. Otto Eze got provoked. This was what actually happened in Ukbo, Anambra State. Thank you. This is Charlie Boy, area father, who wrote this on his Instagram handle 2 days ago. So I got it here, but I was trying to verify the sanctity of this information, but I could not from other source. But because area father, Mr. Charlie Brown is a popular figure, so due to our brother, Mr. Osarity, talking about it right now, I thought I should put it on the screen so that others can see it. Okay, thank you very much, my people. Now, so we see him. Hand over back again. I don't know if Mr. CM wanted to say something earlier on. Mr. CM, are you there? I think Mr. CM is facing network issues seriously. Mr. CM.
CM have finished speaking. CM have finished speaking.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to the next person. I'm not sure who is the next person.
You see, what
no, Mr. CM is talking.
I thought I'm
okay,
clear
go
now.
ahead, Mr. CM. Your network is not stable,
Okay,
but just
so
go ahead.
before. Okay, yeah.
CM,
what I had
you
wanted
just
to
finished
say
speaking
earlier
before I call on Ike.
is that yes, please.
Yes, you just finished speaking
Was it
before I
Ike
call
you
on
called
Ike.
or
So
Tony,
you
the
cannot
one that
just
phoned?
start to talk again. Other people are waiting.
Okay, that's okay.
You
Thank
know,
you.
Mr.
That's
Elvis
all
is
right.
off and on, so he did not understand.
Exactly.
It was
I'm
after
not
you are
sure
called
who
on.
is speaking. Yes, I'm not
Yes,
sure who is speaking. Yeah.
yes, it was after CM I call on
No
Oga
problem.
Ike.
It's
So
okay. It's okay. No
after
problem.
Oga Ike, now it would have been the turn of Alex Edo Pikin for the second time.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Back to you, leftists. Now you know who they speak to
Yes,
next.
Alex Edo Pikin for the second time. Please talk to us.
My people, I'm back. I was out before, but I just tried and I got in again. I've been listening to the conversations. I think we are on the right track, and we should focus on that track, because there are going to be distractions, whether we like it or not. This battle we are fighting, it's not an easy battle. The people that have been putting us, or that have put Nigeria in this situation, you think they will just give up like that? They are going to throw everything they have to cause confusion. But we just have to stay focused, and it has to start even from what we are doing here. There are times we will disagree, but we should always stay focused. And I like the way Mr. Leftis and Elvis, they are doing the job, because there are some calls that come in and it's like we are taking or fighting one another. It's not supposed to be. No, we have to debate, we have to talk about things, and at the end, agree on this battle that we are into. Talking about just this article that was read now, I will not be surprised at all that Mr. Obi will reject whatever that has to do with Godfatherism. From all the speeches that I've listened to, from the way he goes about his things, this man has very good intentions towards Nigeria, and anything that is going to stand, like he said, he's the president. He's not being coming out to be a president for himself. He's just there to be the president of all Nigerians. We are the people that are making him to come out to rescue Nigeria. So please, I'll keep appealing. Focus, so that distractions will not take our eyes off our goal. So that's all I will say for now. Thank you all.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Alex Edo Pikin.
All right,
yes.
Leftist, my brother. I beg, we have Martina Obasuyi here with us. Please let me quickly pick this call. Okay. Hello, madam. You are live. Happy New Year to you. Thanks very much for calling in. Talk to us.
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to the panelists, Mr. CM, Mr. Alex, Miss Omoye's Corner. Happy New Year to every one of us.
Thank you.
It's our blessed in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I just have a little contribution to this. Let me start with that of Don Pedro Obaseki.
Okay.
I just think about Don Pedro, we should pay no relevance to him, because I remember he contested in some kind of position in some kind of unknown party. He only came to PDP, came to limelight when we fought for Obaseki 2020. So if he's talking about PDP, doesn't even know anything about PDP. And I'm just so sorry. I watched the interview. I didn't believe this is an Edoma talking. I just want us to pay no relevance to him. Don't take him serious. Everything that he's saying is just saying it for himself. And again, I'll speak to Mr. CM. You know, he mentioned that Obaseki, Don Pedro is not looking for money. He thinks he's rich. It's not all Obasekis that are rich. You know, Obaseki is a name, like their great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather. So Don Pedro's father is Agbonifo. We know him, so he shouldn't just let us go there.
Okay.
And again, about Obasanjo, Mr. CM, I'm not going to be harsh the way that man was harsh earlier on, Mr. Tony, but what you said, I saw some kind of ingratitude in your words. Obasanjo can endorse Tinubu. He can endorse anybody without Obi. And we will not question him. We won't fight him. We won't say anything to him. But for him to come out openly and endorse Obi, that I think that's enough. There is no point for him to come again and begin to apologize or to do one thing or the other. He has said it. People that believe in him will also run with that. Even Tinubu will now know that this man is on the right track. If Arthur Ende had done the same, it would have been better. But that one is just being corrupt and he wants to carry his corruption to the grave. So we should ignore people like that. And for me, I really appreciate Obasanjo for coming out openly to endorse Peter Obi, because he knows that this time around, Nigeria is going to a land of no return without Obi. If you look at the two candidates, Atiku and Tinubu, I just pray. It's my prayer that they don't happen to us again.
Amen.
So I appreciate Obasanjo. I thank him as a father for coming out to let us know. This will even encourage more Yoruba people to say, this man Obi is not an Igbo candidate. He's a Nigerian project. So I appreciate him for that. And if you look at what this man said, Wike said, so all that we've been hearing that Obasanjo said the greatest mistake he made was to take Atiku as his vice is true. I watched Arise News yesterday, and the lady was talking about Atiku contesting against his boss. This time around, it's not him kneeling down. He was actually coming out to be a presidential candidate. After you've spent 4 years as vice president with one man, and that man is coming for second term, and you are going to another party to contest against him. I don't understand that kind of man. There is something this man wants to do to Nigeria that God will not allow, because his desperation is out of this world.
Yeah.
You fight against the first man that you were vice president to, and now you fought against the one in your party. You made sure that man lost the election, and now you're coming back. He brought Buhari. If we don't know what's happening behind the scene, Atiku is a full anima, Buhari is a full anima. Tinubu does not even know what is happening.
Okay.
Tinubu doesn't even know what is happening in Nigeria politics as we stand, because Tinubu is going nowhere with them. You will be surprised on that day Buhari will vote Atiku, because they are the same. There are things they discuss behind Tinubu. That man is just waving like one thing on top of the water. We should understand that this race is between us, the obedience, and INEC. My prayer is for INEC not to ring this election, not to compromise anything, because we are winning. We should just be contented with what we have. I remember what Mr. Lepi said on Friday when we're talking about this Winke issue. He said, anybody that wants to work with us, we welcome them. We don't care about their past. When Obi comes to power, they will not know whether he's going to bring their past. But for now, we need them. We need them to win it. Because I trust Obi. Not talking about security, he's not talking about anything, but we know what he's going to do.
Thank you.
I just want us to understand and appreciate Obasanjo for that. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year.
Yes, madam, before you go, I just want to ask you.
You never go a bit.
May never go, because he said something. You said something about Agbonifo, that you know them, and that is really his father's name. This father house is around Elwa Road.
The Obaseki is the umbrella, is their great grandfather.
Yes. If you really know them, I don't know if you actually know them. Do you remember his brother Elvis? There's one of his brother, younger brother called Elvis Agbonifo.
I know all his family. I know his sister Inye. I know his youngest brother Nosa. I know every of his father.
Please, it's Elvis I really want to, because they were my very good friend then. Elvis was my personal good friend. We attended St. Church, St. Teresa Catholic Church. He was a Massava.
Okay.
We used to visit his father then. Yes.
Privately, I beg. Thank you.
I want to see now. Would they see each other?
You contact Obaseki, Governor Obaseki. He will give you Elvis number.
Exactly.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It's all right. Okay. supposedly now Alex time. Alex, you know, so if I borrow this time, but we will give you. Alex, talk to us.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Najawash and Mr. Leftis. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother.
I just want to ask some salient or some sacrosanct questions for the purpose of history, so that when children in the next 4th or 5th generations are going through our work, our struggle on air, you know, fighting for the better country, fighting for the liberation of our people, then we know that we did all we could do to deliver this country for Mr. Peter Obi to set the record straight. Where was Pedro Obaseki when Fulanis were being offloaded at Ring Road? The video was everywhere. Fulani killer herdsmen, rather. There was tension, there was pandemonium. There was Ikihaga. I mean, people were in the state of no man's land. Where was Obaseki when ITV, Man Around Town, early morning program on ITV, one of the biggest stations in Edo State, radio stations, were crying to government house on a daily basis about Bini, is it Bini Auchi Road? Yes. Drivers had to stop plying that road. Fulani killer herdsmen built tents around those areas, murdered many farmers, kidnapped students. One day, Azeme Azena, a pastor, a prominent pastor in Edo State, with Apostle John Suleiman, he was attacked by Fulani herdsmen, but his security apparatus or apparatchik were more powerful. They were the ones that were able to rescue some bus passengers. That video was everywhere. Where was Pedro Obaseki? He is a disgrace to the legal or to the academians, because he's a very, grandiloquent and very exposed, educated man. Where was Pedro Obaseki all this while? With the rampant insecurity in Benin City and in our villages, and our farmers are being driven away. Najawash, Pedro Obaseki has no right to come on air and say anything about Governor Wike. He's too small politically to say that, with respect to his person. Politically, he's too infinitesimal. He should continue to enjoy his loot, because his political days of relevance are numbered. Where was Pedro Obaseki now that will be crying as Democrats, as progressive, as humanitarians, as concerned citizens about the House of Assembly? Edo State House of Assembly seat number is 24. But his brother, the governor who is supporting, is ruling with 9 members, which is a treasonable felony, which is against Nigerian constitution. You cannot pass law for a state with haphazard House of Assembly members. I hope the lawyers can come and verify us on that, because I know it's a very big injustice on the state. Why has he not raised his voice on this academics or on these democratic issues, about issues of separation of powers, arms of government in Edo State, where the legislature has been ruling with just 9 members and they passed laws? Where was Pedro last 2 years? The budget was 222 billion naira. How was that money spent? Yet our youth are roaming the streets. Now his brother has already brought forward 320 billion naira plus another budget again for this year. Why has Pedro not asked questions about these things? Edo State is still looking like a glorified village. Edo State still do not have, water storm projects, completed. When it rains in Edo State, my dear brothers and sisters, on this honorable panel, I put it to you that when it rains anywhere in Edo State, anytime you have to wait for 6 hours for the water to subside. There was a water storm project money, 30 billion naira. It's still a bone of contention between Obaseki's government and the Somalet's government. And Obaseki was the head of he was part of that government. In fact, he was the one carrying out economic activities. Why has he not probed that administration? And why has he not completed that project to ease the sufferings of the common masses? I put it to you guys, you should not be listening to every Dick and Harry that talks to Wike. For me, Wike is fighting a very glorious fight. Wike is fighting for the southern part of this country. Wike is doing a very just cause to stand against the Kraken of the ancient Greek Acropolis, which is in the person of Atiku Abubakar. Wike is standing before a Goliath as a David with his friends. Wike reminds me of the biblical Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So I've never seen anybody. All governors are like, most governors are like ants before Abubakar Atiku. Let me tell you, Atiku is not a person. Let me dissolve that name Atiku to you, Atiku Abubakar to you. He's not a person. He's an ideology. He's standing for the Fulani oligarchy. He's standing for the Fulani Emirates. He's standing for the Fulani conquest, land division, raping, and invading of communities. Atiku is not just a human being. He's standing for a lot of interests, a lot of destruction interests, a lot of interests that don't care about human life. People that killed Deborah, people that kidnapped the Abuja Kaduna train, people that are responsible for the killings nationwide. This is the personality of Atiku. They are just fronting him. This was why when he tweeted about Deborah's death, he quickly deleted it. He quickly deleted it because of those who are coming to ask him questions. So guys, Pedro should be ashamed of himself. Pedro is a disgrace to his credentials. I used to follow him a lot. But he has lost my respect. And with this logomachy, I'm sure I've been able to throw more light about the personalities of Mr. Pedro and Mr. Atiku. And I'm telling you, Mr. Peter Obi's, coming out is not man-made. It's not, even Obi is overwhelmed with the kind of love he's getting from the whole nation, from the whole world. Somebody said in America, if Obi was an American man, if he contests as an American president, he will win in America. That Nigeria should use him very well. That Obi is a rare talent. It's a rare gift of leadership to this country. So guys, we should get it straight. Pedro already knows that, like the biblical that his days of political relevance are numbered because his brother is leaving office. They thought 8 years or 4 years is forever. Look at it now. We are just in this year now, and in about a year plus, his brother is leaving office. Why is he coming to speak now? How dare him talk to Wike, the lion of River State politics, the Mr. Project himself, a man that is as brave as the biblical Daniel in the lion's den. So Nigerian new political history or Obi's emergence will never be complete without the name of one Nelson Wike of River State, who creates this political system to tear down the structure of a wicked ruling party. A man who could confront an article that Obasanjo as a city president was even kneeling down to beg. Does that give you any picture reference so that you know the kind of personality you are dealing with? And he knows that once Obi wins, their feathers are broken. It will be like the biblical how are the mighty falling. Tell it not in Gath, and mass it not in the streets of the Philistines. So guys, Don Pedro should be ashamed of himself. He has never led a protest. He has never openly condemned Obasanjo's policies of looting Edo State money. Up till now, we have not recovered the 30% derivation money we got in Edo State, 70 billion naira. He has not said, he will not mention that. He's running after Wike, who has not done anything to him but fight justice, fight for those in the south. So what is the correlation between Obaseki now, Pedro himself, and Mr. Wike? Who made him a judge to come out and speak? People have been killed in Edo State. He has been quiet. He has been seeing a very bad way of leading Edo State. Flood, bad roads that don't last 2 years. He has been quiet about it. Our primary schools are in bad conditions. He has been quiet about it. Market women are crying. With the multiple, tax system, by mafians who are making, money to the government house. He has been quiet about it. Our students, Edo-like, don't have a place to work. No single factory, no single industry in Edo State. He has been quiet about that. And he's opening his buccal cavity to tell me, to communicate to me about one great leader that I respect so much, Mr. Nelson Wike. So I hereby declare today with my logo Pedro Obaseki is a persona non grata, and he should never be taken I mean, he should be taken as a political irrelevant person. He's very, very inconsequential. He's not in the picture of things at all. So very soon, his name, I mean, his surname, will be a political taboo in those state politics and also in the Nigerian politics. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Where were we? Okay, yes, I remember now. Alex almost used political taboo abuhaha to confuse me. Right. Just go straight to the next person. Do we still have obedient Nnamdi? Yes. Abi Nnamdi. Nnamdi, yes. Obedient Nnamdi, please talk to us. It's your turn.
Yeah, thank you, lefties. Thank you, everyone. I will start with saying Happy New Year to the Obedient family and Happy New Year to the new Nigeria. To the new Nigeria of from consumption to production. And I'm also talk on President Obasanjo for the New Year gift, which he, even though some of us are not surprised that it will happen like this, but it now gives everyone that Peter Obi is the president come next month, whether the Mechanos and Badus like it or not. Even though we have to remember that our incoming Vice President, Baba Ahmed Dati, said in one of his interviews that the money APC and PDP have put in this election. So it's not surprised that we see people like the junior brother of the governor or Arthur or all these people coming and saying all kinds of things because the money must be spent, you know, and even some of them coming in the platform trying to play mind games. I remember at the beginning when this obedient movement started, they say, oh, Peter Obi will only win the Southeast. But now they have changed to, oh, Southeast people will not vote for Peter Obi. We all know this. And I think every obedient all over the world, we all know this, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. We are looking forward to a new Nigeria where killings will be stopped, where each and every one of us can proud and say to themselves, I'm a Nigerian, where we will get our respect back as the giant of Africa. So I would just like to leave it for here for now. Thank you, Mr. Lepsis.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your submission. We appreciate you, Namdi. God bless you, sir. Thank you. All right. Thank the next that we have
the next
here.
person are Sons of God.
Sons of God. Okay. Son of God, Happy New Year to you, sir. Thanks very much for joining us. And I want to use this opportunity to thank you for your support, encouragement throughout the 2022. Now, God bless you, sir. Talk to us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Niger Watch. Thank you, Mr. Leftis. Yes, on the Obasanjo issue, yes. It's a welcome development, even though I know that I think most people are not surprised because for the last few months we know people have been seeing him with Peter Obi in different places, and everybody sort of understood that there's something going on, even though he has not officially said it. But I think the good thing about it is that it's going to give cover. Some of those other people, maybe people who don't want to come out to show to tell people that they're physically supporting him. When he has made this move, I think it will give more people more cover it will give them more courage to come out and do the same thing. Because I'm sure maybe he taking the lead will maybe help in that regard. So it is important that we do that, and that also send some shockwaves into the Agbado and the Mekano camp, all those Atiku and Tinubu camps, because even though if you go on social media, if you go on Twitter now, they're all saying that Obasanjo has no electoral value. But the same Obasanjo that has no electoral value, when Tinubu went to visit him, after Tinubu left the place, they lied that Tinubu has officially backed that Obasanjo has officially backed Tinubu. As now he left the visit with a few months ago. Then this same spokesman that released this statement had to come out and say Obasanjo did not back him. He just received him. They had their chat and he left. So if they are quick to claim that he backed Tinubu now they're claiming that he has no value. So whatever happens, I think it is a positive. But one thing for sure is that the way things are developing is getting clear to most people that this is if Nigeria cannot afford to miss it. Nigeria cannot afford to miss this opportunity, because I was even listening to an interview from Professor Bolaji Akiemi, former Minister of Foreign Affairs in the 90s, and one of the Hausa man, they were discussing on channels today. They're all saying the same thing. That Nigeria is at the crucial point. That people can no longer be talking about ethnicity. We have to vote in the right person. I know those primordial center, all this ethnicity. I know it's still a very big problem in the north, but hopefully, I think it's beginning to break a little bit. Because I think right now there's a little bit of a fight going on in the north, because many of them have suffered a lot. They've had the north in power for so long, and yet they're still the center of poverty in Nigeria, which tells them that it's not about the north being in position of power. It's about electing the right person, because they have been in position of power. Buhari has been the president for almost 8 years, and in that 8 years, their life have actually been worse in the north. So we're hoping that this time around they're going to realize that this is the time to vote the right man in. And I know people we're hoping that this G5, just to make a side comment, I'm not too bothered about G5, to be honest. The long and short of it is that when you look at the way the country is going, the G5, if they want to boost their own credibility, they have to key in now. This is when you key in with the masses, because the obedient movement is all about the masses. It's not about it's not about the elite. So if the G5 people decide to go against, which I'll be surprised if all of them do that. I know some of them are already in their hearts, they're already with Obi, but if any of them are thinking that they can just say, okay, they want to go and work with their Abado master or whatever, I can't see them working with Atiku. I don't know, but politicians, you can never be too sure. But the only thing is that if they decide not to go with the obedient movement, they are the ones that are going to regret, because that is where the people are going. So it may even have a negative effect on some of them that want to contest election. If they also think it's also, because some of them are trying to go for Senate. So if they go against the people now, the people they will suffer a backlash. Because right now people are tired. That's just the thing. People are just tired. They want a break from this nonsense that's going on, and they see Peter Obi as the man that is going to, at least he will not solve all the problems, but at least let him lay the foundation. Then at least by the time he finishes, the next man will not build on it, so that we can begin to enjoy the dividends of democracy. The problem in Nigeria is that we have a country, but we don't have Nigerians, as Peter Obi will say. We have Nigeria, but we have no Nigerians. So we need to start having Nigerians, people that actually have pride in their country, where people can actually enjoy what it means to be a Nigerian. Basic things like good road, lights, we take them for granted in this part of the world. But in Nigeria, people see that thing as we are doing them a favor. But those should be common things, road, water, all those things should be common. People begin to enjoy those things, and Nigerians will begin to at least if after Peter Obi comes now, The next person that's going to run for election will have to, if you're coming out again, will now know that to win election in Nigeria, you have to come with a record. Because if Peter Obi can get in now, then the next man after him will have to have a record, or else nobody's going to talk to you. So we have to get to that point in Nigeria. And this is when we build the foundation. This is when we lay the blocks. So thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to contribute. I yield. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Son of God. We'll go straight to. Do we have chooks? I don't think so. No, we don't have chooks. So maybe okay, no chooks. Destiny, do we still have him? Obedient Destiny, no. We don't have Zizu. Zizu is gone. Okay, now we'll go straight to Omoye's corner. Gone.
Omoye's corner is not here. We have Tony Africa.
Victor Odige. We'll go straight to Victor.
Victor Odige. Good evening to you, sir. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year once again. Thank you for your show, the program Naija Watch. I thank you for giving us this opportunity to speak to the entire world and to the entire Nigerian nation. I would like to start from there was a caller that spoke concerning Mr. I've forgotten. He spoke something concerning Obasanjo, and he was not really very articulated. He was taking it the wrong way. And I want to say, I think it's Tony Africa. I was taking it the wrong way, not exactly the wrong way, but make it land very well. Did not really make it land very well, and I guess left it have to intervene and tell him he has to apologize. Apology to him. Yes, he really made a mess of it all. I want to say concerning the Obasanjo too. You see, every one of us, I remember when Naija Watch was really starting on this political wickedness of Nigerian politicians. He said, we all said, then I was listening to a lot of people was saying Nigerians are very docile. They need to wake up. Naija Watch was shouting on top of it, but you need to wake up and fight for your country. You see, that's to show you that the Nigerians that were docile, they have been aiding and abetting. I'm not saying consciously, unconsciously now, because they have made they made poverty the umbrella which they can get to the Nigerian populace. You see, a lot of us, there's nobody here that have not thrown stone onto the glass house. A lot of us have heard, a lot of us have done something that is wrong, but we have come back sincerely that yes, we've done something that is wrong, but it's time to make an amendment. And when God gives you the opportunity to make an amendment and give you 1,000, forgive you 1,000 times, and give you the opportunity to make an amendment, and your heart is ready for you to make an amendment, yes, you are forgiven. Obasanjo have done something. He has done something which is a military man. Military men are tough. They obey the last order. He has done a lot of things that many of us do not like. And he has done something that we will appreciate. He has made Nigerians to get to the internet very well. He has provided the GSM. He did a lot of things which in Nigerians we appreciate him, and we appreciate him as one of the past presidents. And he's right here telling us that I might not be in the future of the dream of Nigeria because I've done and I'm almost close to my grave. But I want to leave a legacy that, yes, I supported a new dream of the Nigerian a new rebirth of the new Nigeria through this man. If this is the only thing I will do, and if this is the only legacy people will know me for, I will do it before I leave, because I still love Nigeria, and I don't want Nigeria to break. So we should thank him for really, making a change as a president, as a past president, And a lot of people, he has done a lot of things. Atiku as a person, Atiku is a demon. Even though you don't describe him very well, he's a demon. He's going to be worse. He's worse than Buhari. Atiku is quiet. He knows what he's doing. Atiku will be worse. A man that will come out to tell the Nigerian people that he's not what is wrong, making his own friends millionaires. He's not even thinking about the people that are suffering, the people in the camp that the militias, the Fulani militias are driven out of their home. He was not even thinking about that. He's thinking about making his already made millionaire through looting of Nigeria treasury. And I want to make some comment on Obaseki. I would say Obaseki is like a pimp man for the big boys. He can be thrown into the dungeon anytime they want to. They can trash him anytime. He's a pimp man. He can be trashed anytime. It is irrelevant in the political atmosphere. To me, it's irrelevant. It goes on and off. He's somebody that goes to the beer parlor, like somebody that goes to the beer parlor, smoke cigarette and drink and talk anyhow. And that comes to tell most of us that there are some educated Nigerians that you should not give applause to. Oh, he's well educated. What as his education? What is education now? He's well educated. He cannot even say this is wrong, this is right. He cannot even have a dream for his own country. Rather, he wants to stick to the old establishment. That is it. That education. Sometimes when people applaud most educated people, I just laugh. In Nigeria especially, I just laugh. Most of the educated people now, they are worse than the illiterate. The illiterate are even more better than them. The illiterate, when they change, the educated man, so he said, no, we want somebody that has divided Nigeria, broken Nigeria apart, that have sold all our wealth out, that has sold everything about Nigeria out to his friends. And we are still clamoring, educated people are clamoring for him. That's not, he has lost it. Pedro has lost it. Let's throw him to the trash can. And I want to speak to the obedient. Obedient, keep on doing the great work. Don't relent. The gods of the lands of Nigeria, they are with us. Our forefathers, they are with us. The gods of Benin, they are with us. Everything you can think about, they are with us. Because Nigeria is a laughing stock in the world. You can't even hold your green card. You bring out your green card, you hide it immediately, and bring the other one that you have. You just flash it. You're scared. You're scared to face the kind of hatred, the kind of tormenting from immigration officers. It is. We are not. Nigeria is not so bad like that. But our leaders are the ones that have degraded Nigeria. They have pushed Nigerians to the extent that who knows about Yahoo boys before during the 80s? Who knows about Yahoo boys? It is not where they've taken 130 million into poverty, that they started taking 50 million. They're taking it to an extent that a lot of people have nowhere to go. They have to go and they have to look for something to do and make money and feed their own family. So we should stick the obedient. We should stick to the ball game. We should make sure that we enlighten the interior people in the villages. We need to work earnestly in our people in the local government, in the villages. We need to tell them about obedience. We need to change their mindset. We need to continue to tell them to go out to get their PVC. Because already INEC has said about 9 million have not collected their PVC. Please, they should go for anywhere you have problem. Please share out videos. Try to video that place like the one they did in Alimosho and one other local government. Try to share out video. Try to video what you are facing, getting your PVC, because that little thing, that little video you are bringing out on the internet, that little video is affecting and is making a change and is putting fear in the heart of INEC. We need to keep on doing it. If you are going to collect your PVC, make sure you hold your phone and video what you are saying. If there's a discrepancy, video it and share it. We will blow it to the world. And INEC will retreat from doing what they are doing. We need to stand up. We need to make use of the social media they have given us. It's a power. It's the people's power. And when Obi gets into power, which I see him sitting in Asorok, when he changed the narrative about politicking in Nigeria, when he gives us in the diaspora the power to make vote, that is the end of the entire demonic operative in the political terrain in Nigeria. That will change everything because they have nowhere to go again. Because we will open their house out, we will open everything about them. So I just want the game is we are almost getting to the pinnacle. We are almost getting to the where we pick up the flag and say, here come the black race, the greatest country in the black history of the world. It's coming out in the Mount Kilimanjaro. We are here to lead the black race. And we are here to set an example that through the people, that the political terrain will change. Through the youth, the political terrain can be changed. Through the people, through the poor people that you see that they are irrelevant, they can change the political terrain. And that will put an example in the entire Africa. The light will glow again, and you see the youth of Africa taking their destiny in their hands. It has to start from Nigeria. It has to start from the most populous nation in black race, that is Nigeria. If Nigeria does not get it right, if Nigeria does not get it right, the entire black race will begin to go down. We begin to go down, and we have nowhere to cry to, but to cry unto God. We have cried unto God, and He has said, "Go, my people, go. I am with you. Go. You have prayed enough. Go and exercise your faith." The youth of of Nigeria are exercising their faith now, and let that faith keep on glowing. Let us keep on encouraging them in the diaspora. Let us keep on encouraging them. Let us keep on calling, and let us keep on, making it as a sort of awareness to other people to know this man called Obi. It's a God sent to the entire black race and to the nation Nigeria.
Thank you very much. That was a very long one. Okay. Before we finally round up with Tony Africa. See you. Hello, Sian. I can't hear you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Please just try to be brief.
Can you hear? Okay, yeah. Okay, briefly, I said earlier about Obasanjo, some people misunderstood me. I was only saying Obasanjo should go the extra mile and bring Peter Obi in and then sort of chin through on certain things because it's like he's the next president in waiting. I appreciate what he did. There's no doubt I said so. By putting it in writing, that's what I mean. Something in black and white. So it will stand there for people to see. It wasn't that I wasn't appreciative. I appreciated what he did. I thanked him anyway. Only I wanted him to do more. Now what I want to say is that the Facebook comment of Arthurs and Peter Obi. You see, I want people to look at it this way. How can you be a billionaire? You're only interested in telling people I will sponsor you for election. That is not, you haven't got respect. You should be talking of building industries. If you build industries, it's okay. Why are you calling Peter Obi to say, oh, if I want you to, I will bankroll you, this or that, but I be your godfather, all those nonsense. Anyway, Peter Obi is his own man. His antecedents and what he did while Anambra governor is more than enough to speak for him. He's a man of his own words. He's capable of taking a decision because, like he made us to know during his cabinet, during his time in Anambra State, when he wanted to patronize Innocent to start what they call ANITS, Anambra Mass Transit Company, just to get the buses. All the commissioners, all the members of the cabinet voted in favor of importing buses from Europe. Peter said, no, we buy from Innocent. He's our brother here. They said, no, Innocent started newly, don't know, no quality checks, the brake may fail, all those things. Peter said, well, we will buy from him. If the brake fail, let those that will die, die. Those that will live, live. Eventually, he was alone. He took the decision alone against the wish of the cabinet. And then look at where Innocent is today. So he's a man that is not afraid. That's why he's saying he will take responsibility, because he knows that this is what he do. No godfather can influence it. As long as he thought it, he has seen where it worked. And he knows that if I put money into this, I'm going to get this result. So you come and put one caveat, or maybe try to dissuade him from doing it based on political expediency or something. He's not interested, and he's not afraid to be impeached if it comes to that, because he's his own man. So I think that is the type of people that they do not want. And as a matter of fact, I'm even disappointed that he will even be going to Peter Obi to go and make such a demand, and then trying to influence him in whatever way, shape, or form. The money, the only way he gets, I don't know. He should have used it to industrialize the state. Maybe 3 or 4 industries should be okay for a man of his billionaire of his type. But he's not doing anything. Just using it to cause confusion and use it to trade on human being. Quid pro quo. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Well, that's what I can say for now. But I think Peter Obi is his own man, and he won't disappoint. Thank you.
Yes, I'll just go straight to Tony Africa. They are about to start to run up. Tony Africa, please talk to us and be very brief.
Thank you very much. So now, I'm sorry earlier on, but I'm happy that CN has retraced his track. That Obasanjo is a great man. So
it is Tony Africa. It's not CN. CM have never said Obasanjo wasn't a great man. He only said Obasanjo should do more.
So who was the guy that said that Obasanjo has committed that he has committed some crime before? That now that he's coming back, that doesn't make a difference. That's why I would say that it is in the individual of labor. He knows what that one means. It's like, say, oh, I will tell you, say, like, I know, thank you. If they give me something, I say, give me, because you must give me anyhow. I mean, let me just tell you something, sir. You know that if this Nigeria is going to move forward, I'm quite sure that it's through this our region. Because like if you look at Nigeria history, if you look at Nigeria history, then you name Awolowo. Even though it was not at the national level, but at least to our own region, to our regional level, till today. All those roads that are in those Delta state, Lagos state, Oyo state, Western region are carved out by this guy. So what was said that, and then like another man came again in the name of Olusegun Obasanjo. The same thing. He set up PAD, National Economic Program for Africa Development, and then there were a lot of small scale industries, programs for every market woman in Africa. Whether it's $5, so they start to give to market women in Uganda, in Kenya, in Ethiopia, in Nigeria, and everywhere. So I a kind of teaching towards a social security system, which we hammered about yesterday at the end of your show, sir. I remember how you were still saying that because my battery was off, but I see here you say that's what Tony was saying, that little bit something for people to eat, at least basic needs. So Obasanjo also promoted, some kind of entertainment industry by using his wife also going around meeting with people, happy family. I mean, and then he set up many projects in Africa. Then he also set up the African Development Bank, and then they funded it with Nigeria money after paying off our debt, and then asked Tunisia to provide a female president for that bank, because they know that these Islamic people, they don't allow their women to occupy positions. So these are some of the achievements of Obasanjo, and they want to develop as a people. These are the steps that are need to be taken. So then Obasanjo also, he went to England and then accused British government of allowing Nigerians to bring stolen money to come and put in their banks. And then he was telling them how many figures billions that assuming that those money were in Africa Bank, we could be so would have been using them to develop our our spaces. I mean stuff like that. So and these are the kind of men that have this antecedents. And then so what I'm saying like even though that I don't believe in election because because the INEC is not it's a no-go area. So people like this are the INEC in Nigeria because it's an African kind of level of politics. So there are no institutions. So we have strong men, strong men. And then to crown it up, all up, is that I want to tell that it's a pity that we African people we are yearning for democracy, which means we are going to, we are going to be less, we are going to remain undeveloped for forever, unless you have a sort of dictatorship like the third term that Obasanjo wanted to commit there. So if we had got that like Putin did it in Russia, sorry, in Russia, sometimes I used to mix my language with German. In Russia, Nigeria could have been in a different level today. So we don't have to be castigating Obasanjo at all. That and then one thing again is that for the people to be asserting that oh, we already win, Obi already win, you don't need to anybody in the corner just the now so that they tell us that time say that when they talk about now sorry it's about Bafra then my Igbo friends here in Germany they say Tony now people now will come down later if no we don't already make them so that's what I'm saying. We should be saying anybody that want to come, let us be promoting the person, some of us promoting it like this platform is doing. That's why she said that we should invite Obi because we like to ask some questions in a very cool way, how he's going to carry it out, all this program, if he's allowed to go there. And if he get there with this constitution, how is he going to do this job and everything? That's what should be preoccupying his mind right now. Not be say the Igbo people will come here and say that, oh, we don't already win, so okay, then if we don't win that time, that not trouble. Not be like that. Was okay. Look at the people that are trooping out. It's not so it's not buying any crowd because it's no shishi. I really believe that now because I see how people are trooping out, voluntarily to say that okay, Peter Obi. So, but it's not enough for the people to be say that okay, that he has already won. Let us be civilized, sir. That's what I'm saying, sir.
All right, thank you.
So I don't mean to abuse anybody. I'm very sorry,
Thank you.
but that is, I was a deaf stammerer, you see, when I was born. Okay, so that's why I have to speak very fast, and sometimes I go
Okay.
crazy. Stammerer, you
Thank
only
you.
hit your schoolmate. Sorry, sir.
All right,
Okay.
no problem. Tony,
Happy New Year, sir, everybody.
yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm
It's
very
okay.
sorry.
It's
Okay.
okay. It's okay. Thank you, sir.
I know that.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
sir.
much. Alex, we'll come to you when you are saying your goodbye story because we are running up now. Yes,
I wanted
we are
to
running up
interject
now.
him. We are in the public space, Mr. Left. He said something that somebody here had to quickly respond to. It's not where you can leave because people are listening to us and learning from us. Like, can I go on, sir?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Respond to it, please.
Calling for dictatorship, I say capital rejettamenta. The worst form of military government for me, or the worst form of a democracy is better than military government. We will not call for a dictatorship. Yes, it's working in Rwanda. I know that's the example he wants to give. So for me, let's grow our democracy and do it. In Europe, they have different kind of democracies.
Because of time,
Alex, thank you very much. I understand what you're talking about. He said it does not mean that everybody is agreeing to it. He has his right to say what he feels. And how many countries is using dictatorship government? In Western world, in the Asian, can you name how many countries? So if he says it does not mean you must, we understand that.
Yeah. Germany is dictatorship. Then China is dictatorship. Many countries is dictatorship.
Libya was in dictatorship before they took Gaddafi down or whoever. So he has his right for that, and that is not the topic of today, and that's not what Nigeria is about today. We are not having problem with dictatorship. We are talking about democracy and election. So if he mentioned that for him, he would have preferred a dictatorship, let's wait until we get there. We are not there yet. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate everybody that have contributed on this today's broadcast. We'll be rounding up now. We started with Buhari on vote your conscience. I will use. So he's going to give free hand, but for me, I hope he will do that. God, I never believe anything he says. He has never said anything good. apart from probably if he wants to make his name now to say, yes, he actually did one thing that is very good. Otherwise, he knows himself that he has destroyed Nigeria, and the Nigerians will go after him later on. If he wants to use free vote to console Nigeria, well, all well and good. That was the very first article we did. Then we did another video on Pat Utomi, which Pat Utomi was also answering that when they were calling him Obasanjo boy. He went far to say, no, you cannot call me Obasanjo boy. I may be his friend, but I'm not his boy. How can you be calling a grown-up man somebody's boy? It's a wrong word. Though a lot of us, Nigeria, use it. Very wrong word. Yes. We also did video on Obasanjo endorsing Peter Obi, which is the main topic of today.
Although Patotomi was not called Obasanjo boy, it was the former DG, what's his name again, Doyin Okupe, that they refer to as Obasanjo's boy, and the one that replaced him also referred as Obasanjo's boy. So Patotomi
they would have also, they have been using indirect to call Obi, Peter Obi, Obasanjo's
boy as well. Yeah, that's
boy.
why. Yes, you are right.
So,
that's why Patotomi asked them. I hope you people have not started calling me myself Obasanjo's boy.
Boy, because if I'm your friend and you are Oga somewhere or once president, you don't need to call me his boy. He's a man for himself.
Exactly.
You can't call me that person's boy. So that was for Peter Obi. Of course, we did the article on Obasanjo endorsing Peter Obi, which we all know and we've been expecting. So I'm not going to spend a long time dwelling on that. Then we also went to why some people are against me. That is why Peter Obi made such statement that why some people are against him. Yes, everybody cannot be for him. If everybody's be for him, it's going to be somehow. Some people, there must be people who are against him, and it is very good. Some people are against him. It is normal. Nobody is not. You don't expect everybody to like you. Everybody like you. There's a problem. There's a problem. Yes, even Jesus Christ, they never liked him like that. And we also went to play the second segment, the video of Pedro Obaseki. Yes, we did that just for us to see him talking. We did well for him today to make people remember him because nobody remembered him anymore. He has not been anywhere. We helped him. He just said something and he should be waiting for backlash for the consequence of what he had just said. Just like he has gotten some here, why people are already saying we know him. For me, I know I'm small, but another one. So let's leave that matter. I want to say thank you to people that super chatted today. Elizabeth Gomez got the award of being the first person who super chatted us today, 2023. The very first person. I want to say thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Followed by Joseph Oji, followed by Grant, followed by Joseph Oji again, followed by Clarence Bell, Skystream, America, Hillary, yes, Hillary Mbaduga, yes, then followed by Moni Olagbeya. I think she also called in, I think, Zizo Uwajide. Also did super chat Alexander Gomez again, then Osahai, then finally Alexander Gomez. So precisely Alexander Gomez. So God bless you. God bless you. Really good. Thank you very much. So we had some people called in today's program. Not much, but some people actually called in. The first person that called in today was Mr. Innocent, followed by Mr. Uche, followed by Chris from Dublin, followed by Tony Africa, followed by Mr. Osaiti, then finally, yes, Martina Obasui. Now they talks about we leave that man. He know them. Now they call them their real name. So we want to say very big thank you for people who stayed with us till now. I want to say a very big thank you. We really appreciate you. We want also to say a very big thank you to everybody on the comment section that have been there commenting and saying their opinion through comment. And we want to here again say thank you to the people that was on the studio today, on the studio to really talk, the panelists. You are wonderful. Thank you. It's Happy New Year for you again. And that was Mr. Ike that just left. And we had Alex Dupikin. We had Alex again, our own own RS, the grammatology man. We had Obedient, Unamdi, Ife Kandi. We have Son of God. We have Chuks Obabuze. We have Obedient Destiny. We have Zizo, Wajide. And he also super chatted us. Thank you very much. You were there. You were here. Thank you. God bless you. We have one more Yes Corner. We have Victor Dikier. We have CN. And finally, we have Tony Africa. Though we have Silvanos Enye. Oh, he has left. I was going to come to him, but sorry, he has left.
A
I
lot
was
of
going
people actually came to the panel today. So, yeah.
Well, Silvanos, I don't know why you left. I thought you have one or two to say. Would have also allowed you to speak your mind, though we're rounding up anyway. But would have allowed for accepting you to the studio. You must have to say something, but it's okay. Thank you for showing your
Today's
face.
New Year. Some people just have short time.
You just came to do New Year in the studio. Like, I'm here. Oh, okay. Now, bye bye. I see what I see me. But I do well. Very good. Thank you. Well, it's our tradition. For those that are remaining, we won't just go like that without giving you
1 minute.
1 or 2 minutes to finally say goodbye before
now
we
1
finally
minute, 1 minute. Now unless now we go shook I put today. Once you just 1 second, take past 1 minute is over.
No, okay. If Alex now you don't get who they go time you, me I go do here they look the fight. Alex. Oh yeah, no,
Yes,
Alex.
I want to. Yes, thank you. I want to quickly dissolve further. There's a game Atiku and Shetima is playing, even if they are from different dichotomy of the political divide. Atiku stand with the Fulani agenda. It represents an ideology. The same with APC vice presidential candidate is also a Fulani, ideologist of destruction, of invasion, of kidnapping, of raping of women, of hijacking of buses, hijacking of trains, carrying out a jihadist way of, conquering fellow citizens. So we should not fall for that trap for any of those parties. Mr. Peter Obi remains the only kamikaze, the only political shining light right now, or political, what the Yoruba will call already gbogbo. So we have no choice than to focus our mind on what Obasanjo has said right now. No more Fulani government. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't follow time. I don't move my mind for time. I know you don't want trouble.
Now because of Nigeria, I quit stop because he was already there.
I don't know what you know. Your look time follow you. I just wait for that war. I forgot they happy.
Now 47 seconds. I be done the press button.
Nigeria was really.
Now wow, people do. Anyway, we'll remain after. After Alex, okay, Alex, do Pikin, talk to us.
My people, I do well. I know today, 1st of January 2023, I will go mark them for calendar because
that'll be the first time when you enter studio.
Exactly, everything just passed, and the kind endorsement will come from OBJ. Everything just make my belly switch, and the kind enthusiasm with the everybody body here. So
wait to Alex do Pikin for your mind now. You to say now you make OBJ endorse Peter Obi today.
I watching before. Watching this, we are left is cool. What? You know, where that's one.
Ozedo.
Alex, take the glory, I beg. Take the glory.
I beg you, what you say? Thank you.
If you reach us after you come up for this studio,
yes.
What you go just do if you sabi drink beer? Now one can make you drink for that for that glory for today. God bless you.
It I will abilitable. Yeah, was setting. Yeah, one way. Okay. Also, God bless you, my people. I'm
happy say we don't get two Alex, so that if one Alex to do, anybody will call Alex now, not be only one again. We don't get double.
In fact, I will you number one. A position in the item me. A grammar ye bele. Go a so me ya king with a day. Okona yana minina yana. So I'm very happy, Sha. Where at least
on the manner, at least we have Zebo. Where are Zedo?
I have to dilute here.
I'm very
you
glad
know,
that we
West.
mahia mi gbe dokpa na do na go ye
Now don't
a
put
visit
CM
mahia mi.
for somewhere.
You know, West. CM
All
understand.
right. God
CM
bless
the
you.
hear
No,
us.
God bless
CM
you
they
all.
understand Benin. CM grow for Benin. Well.
CM,
Oga
CM,
I don't
oh
know.
yeah, join.
Yes,
Join.
CM
I
not
go talk.
far from me. If it's too much, I go enter plane go meet her for UK. I
CM know
go talk
everything
am.
about Benin. Forget.
Alex, where's the Kakabo for
All
appreciating
right.
Obasanjo? Where's the Kakabo war?
You not see the
God
way.
bless
You not
you.
see the way. You not see the way all of us dey speak Benin. Now only leftists don't know how to speak Benin for here. Only leftists.
No problem.
Me Wagwazedo. Forget.
No, you know British. You know Britico now.
But we dey go.
CM Gumagwa.
King Charles they watch. King Charles they watch.
CM Gimagwa.
CM, make I interrupt. CM, talk to us.
My turn now. So talk to us. So it's my turn now. So let me thank you. Today is the first day of the year. So I'm so happy to be here. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to speak here. The task, our goal, our eye will be on the ball. Hopefully, like Alex said, we wouldn't be staying, just say next month, so that will give the more hope. Oh, election is next month. So hopefully our wish will come through is already written. Obasanjo endorsement is good. It gives much hope for progress. I hope others will come out. Jonathan will come out also and endorse him so that the fear in the Agbado camp will be intensified. And then Atiku, I mean, with all what Wike is doing against Atiku, people should know the man is evil. It doesn't mean well. He just wants power, just like Machiavelli, just to use it, for his own, just to show you. In fact, he may even be worse than Abacha, the way he's doing, because he will be absolute, a maximum ruler. But we all know now that with the benefit of hindsight, thank God Obi is coming to put things straight. I wish him all the best. In fact, part of my prayer now will be that God should spare the life of Obi like he's been doing, so that he goes in there in the interest of over 100 million poor people, because people do not know why the West is mainly stable is because of the fact that they don't allow poverty to escalate. Otherwise, those are the leadership cadre, they will never have a very peaceful night. So in our own case, I want to see a situation whereby people will say yes. At least for people will say yes, we have hope. We're on the right track. We are doing something because the leadership is transparent, dynamic, and responsive to the needs of the people. These are the basic things we want. Do it, and we know that the man there is not stealing our money. So if Peter Obi said, if I'm not stealing money, my family members, my friends are not stealing, then I've reduced corruption by 70%, which is what it should be. So on that note, I thank everybody. Let's keep let's keep coming here to learn and educate ourselves. I don't take offense against anybody. If somebody misunderstand what I said, well, probably maybe I didn't say it well, but as far as I'm concerned, it's just the passion. I want things to work because I've seen that the Western world, they're not doing miracle. It's just that they put the clean people, genuine leaders in place, and then they go to sleep. Everything takes care of itself. Thank you and good night.
All right, thank you very much. And we go straight to obedience. Onamdi, we didn't forget you. Please talk to us. 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Lefties and Mr. Niger Watch.
God bless you, sir. God bless you, sir.
This is my first time of being the panelist, because
I will want to see more of you, want to hear more of you here, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. I've been following Niger World since from when Peter Obi joined Labour Party, But this year I said, nah, I must come and join the panelists, because for me, this year is very, very important year. For me, I believe 2023 is the Nigerian year. You know, it's very, very important. It will go. It will be on. There's no year that can be like 2023. You know, and I'm very confident from what I'm seeing, what is going on, that God Almighty is behind the obedient movement. Because if you can recall the Electoral Act, which is the game changer, Buhari rejected it more than 7 times before the last one with the civil servant and everything. God make they signed that.
Your 1 minute is almost done, sir.
Well, it's 1 minute, sir. You are starting a new channel. We are rounding up.
Okay.
We are rounding up. 1 minute is goodbye. Maybe since it's your first time, this is 1 minute to say final bye-bye to everybody.
Okay. Thank you. I will say good night to everyone from Deutschland, and thank you very much.
Victor Digia, please talk to us. 1 minute.
No, Victor Digia should be 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
1 minute.
30 seconds, okay. You don't cut my own again. Wow.
Victor DJ,
You don't like me at all at all.
Victor DJ, my in-law. You don't just say I don't articulate, I don't articulate well about Obasanjo. Are you satisfied now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Where's it, Kakabo? Go.
Okay. I would like to speak to the obedient in Nigeria. I would like to encourage them to go into the hinterland, the villages, and continue the last lap. We are on the last lap because by next month it's going to be the D-Day, the D-month for the election. I will encourage them to go further into the villages and alert them of their voters. They should go and collect their voters card, their voters ID card, and teach them, show them the INEC voter sheet, how they will vote, and tell them the logo, tell them more about the logo of Labour Party, and make sure that Obi is not going to, and make sure to tell them that Obi is not going to be on the paper, but Obi Party is LP. That is what Mama, Papa, Peking. Thank you all. God bless the whole night, every Nigerian that are obedient, and God bless the intending obedient too. We are all part and parcel of the whole entire thing in Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and God bless Africa as a whole.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Tony Africa, finally, your 1 minute.
Tony Africa, set your time. If you use 1 second pass, you are muted.
Thank you, sir. So first of all, foresee our kids in primary school taking 3 blocks to school, using 2 blocks on top of each other as a table, and then sitting on the other third one. That's why I said that Obaseki. That was why I wish him bad luck, and I want to pepper those family people. When you see when it comes to Nigeria those days, when they join the Zoom platforms to help to bring Obaseki to power. After getting to power, and then it's clear, our people, and then these family members are not coming out to speak or to say, to apologize to us, or to tell us, please, make una wait, So as for the political system, you see that my wish was if we had a presidential candidate and a vice president also from the same region. So that's why I'm a little bit kind of nervous right now, because I'm just looking forward for the court processes that we come after the election, because the power that be, they may not allow the result to be fair and so on and so forth. So that's why we are saying that okay, we don't know what to do. Then as for Pedro Obasanjo, very briefly, it signifies the end of Midwest region that he was trying to promote. So we now have to key, to our place of Oduduwa Republic. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you very much. I don't know that's your place. I am not in that place. That Oduduwa Republic, I am not there. If I must even be anywhere, I think Midwest region would have been the only place I would want to be. So on that note, I want to especially say thank you for
Thank you, my people.
Being here, everybody. Agmohia, Wahia Wese.
All right. I just want to join my brother, my dear brother, Lefties, to appreciate every one of you for your time with us today. Thank you, thank you. In fact, today is 1st January 2023. I want to say thank you, my people. We have started it all over again. May God continue to unite every one of us. May God grant us all our heart desires. This is 2023, February 25th. May we all come back here to celebrate our principal, Mr. Peter Obi. We want a better Nigeria. We want a new Nigeria, and we all are getting close to having that. Please don't relent. Nobody is perfect on this platform. In case it didn't go well with you, just know that maybe tomorrow it might go well with you. We are here to counter, to disagree, at the same time to agree with each other. So I want to tell you and encourage every one of you to please, let's continue to fight. We are almost there. For you to relent at this particular time is not good for anyone. Share our videos, like our videos, for our voices to go far to those that is still on the fence. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Take care, and let's take this last video before we go. Now God bless all of you now. Good night, my people.
And that you are not running for president. You are running for president through us.
Now, whatever you say about the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi, one thing you can't deny or take away from him is the powerful passion and compelling zeal of his supporters. Such is their intensity and dedication that they seem to trump any of the inequities of the Peter Obi movement and whatever advantages the other three front-runner parties might have. When asked about this, his supporters say that in the same way that George Floyd became a symbol of the Black Lives Matter movement and Mahsa Amini has become a symbol of the fight against the oppression of women in Iran, so has Peter Obi become an ideological symbol of the fight for justice and equity in Nigeria, a fight that's being led by the youth who want to see a new generation of honest, committed leaders.
Who can you trust to fight for you? Vote Peter Obi for president. Vote the Labour Party.
People to know is that all these things I've done it at a particular level, and the result were clear. I'm only asking for the opportunity to do it for the country. So 2023 election will not be about tribe. No. Don't vote for me because I'm from Southeast, I'm an Igbo man. It will not be about religion. The 2023 election should not be about my turn. It's nobody's turn. The country cannot continue to go the way it's going today. We must stop it. It is you that will stop it. The reason why we have all these problems is cumulative effect of leadership failure over the years. And this is the time to stop it. 2023 is the last time Nigerian diaspora will not vote.